Claire. Yes, I'm watching the weather too. This is awful. At least we're far enough north where I am that we won't get the ice because it's already frozen. We've been frozen. It's just super, super cold and I guess a bad snowstorm on Saturday. This is Shirley from Shirley's World Vlog, and this is Thursday evening where we come on and just do a live chat about whatever you want to talk about. Yeah, everybody's talking about the weather. Unfortunately, I just found out my granddaughter, who's a freshman in college, is going to be uh, away from home traveling. Well, I don't think she'll be on the road, but she's not going to be home. Yeah, so I don't know if this storm is supposed to go for us past Saturday. I think it's Saturday and Sunday. Uh, yeah, super cold, below zero temperatures. But today, I did get the oil tanker came today, which I was so hoping for, because I'm always afraid I'm going to run out of oil, because I use a lot of oil in my boiler for heat. And they fill it pretty often, but he hadn't been here in a couple weeks, but he came today. I told him I was so glad to see him. So everything is fine with the fuel oil, but the trouble is if I lose electricity, then nothing works. No water from the well, no heat because the electricity starts the boiler, you know. So it's scary. But since we don't have the ice coming here, hopefully it'll be okay. Claire, I've forgotten where you live. Are you living someplace where it's down in that ice section? uh, let's see. Claire. Can't find you on here. Claire, where are you from? I can't believe your name isn't on here. What state are you from, Claire? I don't know if anybody will be here or everybody's preparing for this storm. I haven't been out in days because it's just too cold. It's been in the single digits here for days, except for yesterday. Yesterday it did go up in the 20s. So when Penny runs out, she only stays out a couple minutes just to do her business and right back in. She wears her little coat. I did make a purchase from Amazon. a couple purchases this month. I was going to try not to, but I needed a lap blanket. I needed an electric, a small electric blanket that I can plug in. This one I got is so nice. It's so soft. It's even warm before you plug it in. And it heats up really well. So, all's good if I don't lose electricity. I'm afraid to, put wood and light my fireplace because I haven't had a fire in there for like 3 years. And I'm just afraid to light it when I'm here by myself. Hi, Heather. Yeah. Everybody's, I guess, waiting for the storm. Heather, where are you? You're in, you're Wisconsin. You're waiting for the storm too. I know. A fire does sound nice. I should have thought of this weeks ago. I have firewood, not a huge amount, but I'm just afraid to light a fire myself. Just because the fireplace, the chimney probably needs cleaned out again. Now, I did have it cleaned out a couple years ago, and I haven't used the fireplace since. But there's bound to be some cobwebs and all kinds of stuff. A high of -7 there tomorrow. Yeah, we're going to have some -7s, negative numbers, mostly at night here. And Len, a lot of snow is supposed to be coming on Saturday here. So we're going to have a snowstorm over the weekend. I don't mind the snow as long as it's not the ice and it's too cold. It's not going to be raining here. I haven't heard how much we're expecting. The last snow we had was about 6 inches, and that sort of has gone down a little, just settled a little bit. But yeah, I don't know how much we're expecting. I usually don't listen to the local news channels. I mostly look at the weather on my phone. Those are basically the temperatures, though. I'm going to now my daughter will have to drive to work again tomorrow, but then Saturday she'll be off on the weekend. But I don't know if the roads will be okay again by Monday or not. I'll have to keep her to get away, keep watch. Hi, Bumblebee. You're here as long as your battery holds out. Okay. Bumblebee, I sent a package today to Champlain. I think that's in your state. Is it Champagne or Champlain? uh, yeah, that's in Illinois. Are you expecting a lot of snow, Bumblebee? Yeah. Oh, hi, Rosie. Yeah, I almost forgot about this again today until my alarm went off. Thank goodness I set my alarms because I was snuggled all over on my recliner with my new electric blanket on me. Sandra. Hi, Sandra. Sandra, are you new? I don't remember your name. What state are you from? I don't think I have a Sandra here. Let's see. Nope, no Sandra. Winking emoji, yeah. Oh, you're in Texas. Okay. Ah, well, I don't think this cold and ice is supposed to hit you, is it, in Texas? I don't know for sure. Sandra. I know. I don't know either. Just a little there in Houston. Boy, it's just all over. This is a full scope storm. Uh, I don't know if you people can on the video. Can you hear my furnace? I know I can hear it on my videos. You can hear it when it goes on and off. It's because the boiler is sort of right out under the back of this room. Uh, yes, everybody stay in. Keep warm. Bumblebee, my granddaughter is. They left for, she goes to Ohio State. They left for Columbus tonight, and they're not coming home till Monday. So I don't know what they're thinking of these kids. Is there a big Ohio State game or something this weekend? That's probably what they're doing. Who would want to sit outside in a football game in this? Kids. Oh. Hi, Karen. Karen Joan. Now, I don't know if I have you on my list either. There's a bunch of new people here. I've had a Karen before. Yes, you've been here. You're from Michigan, right? You think football's done? Well, I don't know why they're going down. No good excuse then. Uh, I'll be happy next year when she's on the main campus all the time and she won't want to come home. Uh, the first year they have to go to the secondary campus or whatever they call that. And basketball, I don't know, maybe. I don't know. My grandkids are always into sports, so. I never thought she was a big basketball fan, though. There was red lights out front there. I was just looking, but they seem to be gone now. Students are newly back at the university. Aldi is cleaned out because of this. Well, luckily I did my big shopping last week. Yeah, I bet. It's so widespread. Uh, Depends on how fast moving it is. Well, yesterday I made a huge pot of chicken soup, chicken rice soup, and that's what I had today too. It's really good. If you lose me, you'll go home and reconnect. Okay. Uh, yeah. Well, it seems that sales have picked up a little bit for me. I'm having sales every day. Hope it continues. I'm selling some things that I haven't even remembered having in my stash. That's why it's so hard to know what to get rid of. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's many, but it's many compared to what it's been, for sure. Oh, that's what I wanted to tell you, Rosie. The broken chair. Well, I tried. Did I tell you I tried to call them, and no, you couldn't get through. So then they said to email. So I emailed, and I had to send a little movie about what was wrong with it. Within the week, they have sent me a new chair because I don't think this can be fixed, or at least I wouldn't be able to get it apart to fix it. I told them I can't get the thing apart to even put it back in the carton. So, Sander, no, I don't have a generator. I don't have a generator. That's the problem. So, if I would lose electricity for any time at all, and it would start to get cold here, I would have to have an emergency run from my son to come and get me or somebody. That happened once before a long time ago when I was younger, and it was when I was having fires in the fireplace every winter. I had no problem. And uh, the electric went out. I think a storm hit the power lines or whatever. And it was out for a while. It was getting really cold. And I just lit a fire. And me and the dog laid down. It wasn't this dog, it was another dog. We laid down in front of the fireplace and just started to go to sleep. And then all of a sudden, the electricity went on. Jolene is nearby, yes. Yeah. Yeah, so if I had to start a fire, I just have to say a prayer and light it because it's pretty much ready to be lit. It's just that it hasn't been lit in a, you know, yeah. The flue's already open. Yes, my boiler depends on this getting started by electricity. That's the problem. You know, the well pump is electric, so I don't have water when the electricity goes out, but I have plenty of water stored. But heat, no. Ah, Riri's here. Hi. Everybody stay warm. Yeah. Bumblebee, you really believe we're going to get this room back to a library? I don't know where all these bins are going to go. As they get more empty, I can see where I can double them because I've done that already to 3. We did 3 of them the other day, Samantha and I combined them. You can only do so many at a time because then I have to come on to the computer, and anything that I take out of inventory, it's just the things I take out that I'm going to donate. Then I have to take them off of everything. Which reminds me, I have to take these 4 things off of my inventory. I am so bad. Right down to the peekaboo, the little bear. If you have to, come and do it, dear. No, don't be traveling in this stuff. I would be afraid to light. I don't know. My plumber would have told me if there was a way to do that, to light it manually. I don't think there's a way. It's pumping out the heat right now, I'll tell you. Every time that goes on, it gives me a warm, fuzzy feeling. This house stays, actually, it doesn't get cold immediately. It stays warm pretty long because the walls, at least in this part of the old part of the house, because the walls are so thick. But out in the family room out there, no, that's all windows. It's my coldest room. That's why I got the electric blanket. I just bought a new lap blanket. It's so nice. Oh, I got a check from YouTube. Don't get excited. It's a really small one because you have to make at least over $100. So I got another check for 120 some dollars. I don't know how much that adds up to of the checks I've gotten. Not much. But I was surprised to get that one. But they keep adding it up until they'll add it up, I think, for 3 months. I think that's it. So I must have made enough in the last couple months to get the check. It's better than nothing. One of the people that I used to watch, she's a single lady that just sits and talks. She's like um, she sits and talks about different subjects and mostly about being single, living solo. And she just announced uh, she has made $22,000 in the last year. Now, I'm sure that's before taxes, but wow. Uh, Hi, Debbie. There you are. Uh, well, I can't think of her name right now. She has short hair. She sits at a desk and talks. And today, on her video, she was out taking a walk outside. Yeah, I'll find out, Sandra, what her name is. I don't watch her that often, but she talks about all kinds of subjects, mostly about being living single, all kinds of things about that. She's probably, I would say she's retired, so maybe she's close to 60. I don't know. I'm terrible at people's names and remembering. I'll try to look that up for you. Does everybody here have snow already? You're just waiting for more, like me? Uh, Texas, you don't have snow, I bet. Yeah, yes, it worries me that I don't have a generator, but if I did have a sander, if I did have a generator, I'm from Ohio, up near the lake. Well, not real near the lake, but northeast Ohio. Very cold here sometimes. I'd feel better if I did have a generator, but I wouldn't be able to make it work. I wouldn't be able to use it. I would have to call somebody to run it for me. It could sit right outside my storm cellar door, I suppose, outside. Maybe I ought to talk to my handyman about if I should get one or not. You want to get a solar generator? Yeah. No, no snow yet in St. Louis. A solar generator would be easier for me to use. I don't even know how they work. Renee, hi Renee. Renee says our snow melted, but more to come. Yeah. Anywhere from 3 to 23. Boy, they left a big wide gap there, depending on who you listen to. Wow. I haven't really listened to hear the amount of snow yet. They're always wrong in the very beginning. How does a solar I know it runs by the sun, but how does a solar generator, how would that work? It would just produce the electricity to start the generator, I guess, right? I don't have much sun here. I'm under trees a lot. You'd have to somehow go on the roof. You have a generator that is hooked up to our natural gas. See, I don't have natural gas. Comes on automatically. Do you have one of those big Generex ones? They look wonderful, but I don't have gas. We're going to put in a whole house. It comes on by itself, natural gas. Yeah, this whole street doesn't have gas, this whole road. So I can't have gas, natural gas. Allstate sucks. Yeah, I got rid of Allstate a while ago. You can charge them with electricity, and then if you have solar panels, you can use them to charge when the electricity runs out. Ah. Oh, the solar panels are portable, not roof. Claire, you're here, you fell asleep. uh, Hi, Cornfield Closet. Hi. Yes, I hope everybody's staying warm. It's just, you know, last summer they told us that this winter was going to be really bad. Uh, we were going to have a really cold and snowy winter, especially cold, and they were right. I don't know what the Farmer's Almanac said, but that was the word that was going around. Kroger was really busy too a while ago. Yeah. Bumblebee, is it you that said Aldi was running out of everything? Everybody's hitting the grocery stores. Well, I'm pretty much stocked up. I went grocery shopping big time last week. Well, I didn't go. I ordered. Uh, the one that when you have a boiler, the one that takes care of your boiler is a plumber. It's not a heater guy. It's a plumber. So I've always been very good friends with my plumber because things have not always gone smooth with my boiler. But so far, the last year or two, it's been good. I've only had to have one part replaced, and that was the fault of the oil company, because if they let the tank run low or empty, it collects all the sludge from the bottom of the tank and puts it into the boiler, and then the boiler won't start. So what happens then is I have to get new parts, and I send the charge to the oil company because it's their fault. So now they called me a heavy user of oil, as expensive as it is, and they bring me oil instead of once a month. They bring me oil about every 2 weeks. He went to Debbie says he went to Walmart and it was so busy. Yeah, I guess every place is. They didn't have milk. Wow, they finally got us a half gallon from the back. Yeah, all the big staples will be cleared out. Claire, in Connecticut, we had oil. Then we changed the gas and got a nice gas stove and a new water heater. I have a new water heater in the whole 3 zones. Everything now here in North Carolina is in your little tiny mouse house. Uh, well, this is a big house to keep warm. So my boiler keeps going on all the time when it's cold like this. I have to remember also, people, remember to turn on your water faucets a little teensy bit, like dripping, so that you don't get frozen lines. I always do that. I have to do that tonight, so the water keeps running a little tiny bit through them. think your son is going to go out soon to the neighborhood Walmart, I guess. He'll just have to live on iced tea and other things. Yeah. Well, we couldn't wait to get out of Walmart. Yeah, I bet. Uh, it's not good in the best of times. I usually don't go to Walmart. I do order from Walmart 'cause I have that Walmart Plus. I order from them, but I don't. I think they have a thing called Walmart Spark, the deliverers for Walmart. You did a self checkout, and we were scanning out food, and about four people behind us started fighting. Lady threatened to punch another one. Oh my heavens! Just like in the movies. That's terrible. That is why I don't go out. You told Jeffrey to put a big contractor bag over the air conditioner on the side of the house and to take rags and tie them around the outdoor hose connections. Yeah, my outdoor hose, my water's all turned off for the outsides. Warm delay. What is that? You have warm delay. There's Bumblebee with her wrench. I wondered where your wrench went. I had to give I had to give Debbie a wrench last week. Yeah. People don't do well with strife nowadays. Has anybody ever tried that shelf stable milk that you're able to just keep on your shelf? I don't know how long it lasts, for months and months, I think. I've never even seen it in the stores, but I know they have it. Ah, you've tried it. Okay. It would be good to have some. I've just never seen it. Now, Dollar Tree carries it? Really? You know, Dollar Tree is very surprising. Uh, they carry things that you wouldn't ever think that they'd carry. I'll have to look there in the spring when I go out again. Well, my cat used to be an indoor-outdoor cat until winter came, and now she's just an indoor cat. She doesn't want anything to do with this weather. At least I have lots of salt. Pet safe salt. I've regular rock salt in the garage, but I don't like to use it because of the dog. But then I have 2 big containers of regular regular they call it paw safe salt. I just keep that in here because I usually have to start sprinkling it from here. You think you have one that's actually in the refrigerator. It's not almond milk. I bought it for my son, but I guess in desperate times I might be forced to try it. I haven't heard that it tastes any different than any other milk. Hi, little bug. Are you new here? I don't remember that name. I know I'd remember that name. I love it, little bug. Where are you from? What state are you from? I'm glad you came to be with us tonight. You've been there, but it's been a few months. I've been unsubscribed from a lot of YouTube channels. Oh dear. You're from Cincy. Oh, Cincy. All right, so you're from Ohio too. Little bug. Well, I'm glad you peeked in here. Did you unsubscribe or did they all of a sudden, you have to watch if you're subscribed or not, because a lot of times all of a sudden you're unsubscribed from people and you didn't even do it. It just happened. Yes, we're in the path. Well, I think everybody's in the path of the storm. It's a huge area, but we're not in the path of any ice, as you know, because we're already cold and snowy here. So it's not going to go up in rain or anything. We're in single digits and it'll get below 0. YouTube did it to lots of channels. You were unsubscribed too? I did not do it. Huh. Yeah, everybody's in it. It's just got wider and wider. It started out just to be in the south, and it just got wider and wider. My doggie is out in the other room, I guess. Oh, she's fine. She's fine, but she doesn't like to go out very long in the snow either. Ryan Hall said the storm is 1,000 miles wide. Wow. I was listening to him this afternoon. Yeah, she's a good girl. She's wearing her lightweight coat in the house. It's just a little nylon coat I keep on her. And then when I let her out, I put her bigger coat over her. Yeah. Yeah, he seems pretty smart, this Ryan Hill guy. 1,000 miles wide. Wow. I didn't catch, did he happen to say how fast this storm is moving? I didn't hear anybody say that. No, she doesn't wear boots. If I had to do all that, Bumblebee, she's not out long enough to have to need boots. If I had to put boots on her too, she'd never get out. She just runs it out real fast and does her business and runs back in. So, yeah, it's a monster storm. It's going to start in Cincy tomorrow afternoon and go through Sunday night. Yeah, they keep putting it back to make it run longer through here. It was supposed to be just Saturday, and now it's Saturday, all day Sunday, and maybe into Monday. It's slow, that's the problem. Yeah. Too cold for polar bears. Yeah. I hate the cold. I don't mind anything else, but I can't stand the cold, the real cold. I can't stand to be cold. So it makes me very nervous, this storm, because of the, about if I, would lose electricity because I don't know, I have to be rescued. You love snow. I used to love this cold, but you have nerve damage in your toes and hands. Oh, your toes and hands now freeze. I loved snow too. I was a skier. My husband and I skied all over. Out west, up in Canada. Yeah, I loved the snow. Not anymore. It changes when you get old. All of a sudden, the snow isn't fun anymore. It's too slippery and you can't walk on it. Yeah. And you can't shovel. Yeah. Well, luckily I have Bruce, my snowplow guy, that comes and plows for me. And he is so nice. I've known him a long, long time. He also cuts my grass in the summer. So when he plows snow, he also gets out of the truck and he shovels in front of the garage and he shovels my whole deck to my door. Yeah, he just doesn't plow the driveway. Claire says, "Oh my God, I'm having a problem. I got to run. I'll catch up with you in a few days. You don't even have to know. Don't even want to know." Oh no, Claire. Okay. Let us know you're okay. Yeah, before 4WD, so you just barrel out of your garage and into the street. Uh, my car is all toasty warm. Well, it's not warm, but it's plugged in. I have my trickle charger on it, or I wouldn't have a battery by now. You're ill. Oh dear, Claire. Everybody say a little prayer for Claire. It's horrible to be sick. I live I live me? I live in Northeast Ohio. Yes, watch over Claire, Lord. Make her feel better. That she gets better. Whatever is making her sick. You pray in Jesus' name. Yeah. Yeah, Ohio is a very nice state. In fact, I've often said it's, there's so many states have so many horrible storm problems, like tornadoes and hurricanes and big things like that. And we don't have that here. We very seldom ever. Now, we have had a tornado. In fact, one came right through here this first year we lived here, but none since. That was 20 some years ago. But we don't often see tornadoes, and we never get hurricanes, but we do get snow and ice. Mm. Yes. Well, I hope everybody has a good, warm place to be during this storm, and y'all have your groceries, y'all have your everything that you need. You have tornadoes down here. I actually had a tornado go over your house 2 months after your son was born in 1986. Everything was flying in your front window. Oh, no. We moved in here in the 80s, too. Was it in the 80s? No, wait, maybe I'm completely wrong here. No, it was in the 90s. We had one go through right the side of this house here. It never touched the house, but it knocked down lots of trees right next to our house. I mean, within a couple feet. My husband, I wasn't here at the time. I was in the hospital with my daughter because she had had that bad accident. And my husband was here in the house with 2 dogs, and he was upstairs. He heard it come. He heard it like a freight train. He says it sounded just like they say. And my husband was 6'4", a big cop. To think he would ever run to the basement is beyond me. I would never picture him doing that, but he did. He took the 2 dogs and went to the basement, and it was a tornado. And we were very lucky. You couldn't even see the house from the road, though, because of the trees that fell. Big, huge trees. Little bug, you're heading out in a few minutes to pick up your order. Well, good. Ah, yeah. Yeah, tornadoes are very strange. They just pick and choose, you're right, where they land. And they could land right next to you and then pick up and land 2 blocks away again. That's what makes them so scary, I think. Yeah, and those huge ones that wipe out everything, they're just frightening. You can It's not like a hurricane where you can, you know it's coming. You get very little warning with tornadoes. We were s My mother was scared to death of tornadoes. She had never seen one in her whole life, but I'm telling you, we spent half of our childhood in the basement. Every time it would get dark out or she thought the sky was a funny color and it would get stormy, we'd go in the basement. We never had a tornado, but she was always afraid of them. I don't know what made her so scared of tornadoes. Maybe her mother was afraid. I don't know if my grandma was afraid of them or not. I don't think my father's mother, she was a farm lady. I don't think she was scared of anything. Some people are just terrified of the wind. Yeah. Well, yeah, she was. Well, it didn't make me afraid like she was. So, I don't think either my sister or I are scared of anything like she is. But you know who is? My daughter. And I never, talked about tornadoes or made them go in the basement for anything. She has just sorry. She has just developed this fear of storms and wind and tornadoes. She's never been in one either. She must have inherited it. Must have skipped a generation. Yeah. I mean, it keeps my daughter from doing a lot of things. She's so afraid of storms. Her big dream was because we had horses, before. And my daughter lost her last horse, like, it's been over 2 years now. But, her big her dream was to for us to get a farm and build a storm cellar that was big enough to take all the animals, including the horses, into the storm cellar because she just couldn't believe because, out on the farms, a lot of times people will let their animals out of the barns, which is safer, uh, eh, let them out of the barns and let them run away from storms. than to keep them in barns where the barns can collapse. But yeah, that's her big thing was she was going to build a storm cellar big enough for everybody. She's like me watch the movie Twister. I don't even think she would. I've watched it a couple times. You watched it way too many times. I don't think she would watch it, to tell you the truth. That would just set her off. You've watched it at least 100 times. Oh dear. Yeah. It is sort of fascinating. It is fascinating to watch them for sure. I can sort of see why those storm chasers do it. I think they're kind of crazy, but yeah, it is fascinating. Well, I'm going to have to go because it is past 8 o'clock and I have to give my cat her insulin. Surprised she's not in here. I heard her meowing in the kitchen, but she hasn't come in here yet. She knows when it's dinner time for sure. Well, the storm chasers, they think that those twisters are fascinating too. All right, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Yes, everybody stay safe and stay warm. Stay inside. Don't be going outside unless it's absolutely necessary. Yes, you have to go get your order. Be sure to get your food order. Yes, I hope I continue to sell things. All right. Good night, Heather. Little bug. Thanks for coming here. Rosie, good night. Bye, Bumblebee. Diane, everybody. Heather, bye-bye. Thank you all. And I will see you Sunday at 4 o'clock. And we'll see how the storm's doing. Bye-bye.